Alright, we're back with more Peak Kai. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, if anything, if anyone has like another idea or a suggestion for how we're gonna use like Peak but Jujutsu Kai, then just tell me in the comments. Give me some suggestions, because we do have it for Bleach where you go like Bleach, and that's a really good name and title. I really like how I made up that one. Feels like it really sticks, but I don't think I can make up one for this one, unless I'm just gonna keep saying that shit over and over. Peak Jujutsu Kai, but it has a little bit of ring to it. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We're not talking about Bleach or fucking we're talking about Jujutsu Kai. Okay, we're talking about Jujutsu Kai. Let me relax. But it honestly just feels like with Jujutsu Kaisen, with like the first 4 episodes, like seeing like the old school arc of like how everyone was before everything went to like shit. In like such a bad, dark, like depressive state that we are in right now, it's pretty good so far. Like I'm having like some decent amount of fun with it right now, especially with the one big ass major fight we have with the disgusting fucking rat of a curse user, partially human being animal guy Mahito, and the kaiju loving Mekamaru. But definitely something I'll get into in a little bit. I definitely want to talk about how I do always love in the show with the slice of life shit. I always love that because I remember back in, I believe in the first season, where you have Todo and Yuji, and even though it's made up, it's still really funny and also really cool to watch, where he like makes up the whole scenario in his head about them like sort of being like in a brotherly kinship, and then there's almost like he had his whole life with him and stuff like that, like that's his brother. But I just love it when we do have slice of life stuff, especially in a lot of serious, I guess, more serious or more crazy like animes and things of that nature, because like we can't always like be in a conflict. We can always be in action 24/7 all the fucking time. We gotta have like a little bit of breaks. Obviously we don't have to dwell on them and be on them for like a super long time, but it's still always nice to see, especially with this time. Like I think half the new episode of this arc, I guess the Shibuya arc, where we had Yuji, and then he basically meets an old friend who used to be like small and fat, and now she's tall and pretty skinny. And I guess he's still a little oblivious for him to like, you know, go out with her or even just take down her number. But he does, for some reason, honestly, as a coincidence, remembers her name. I mean, well, what she looks like and her name. He's like, oh, it's you from fucking high school, or the cases, or I mean middle school. Seemed like maybe like hopefully a potential love interest, or the cases. And Nobara thinks she's slick too. She knows she wants some of that Yuji. She knows she wants some of it. But again, that's none of my business. But let's get to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble with actually Mekamaru versus Mahito. Now, honestly, at first, I definitely didn't think that Mekamaru definitely betrayed everyone. It had to be for some type of reason. I was like, when I first said it, I'm like, there's no way. It's no shot that he genuinely wanted to betray everyone and just like do this to get his body back and I guess move on, or the cases of being a sorcerer or join I guess the other side, or whatever the case may be. It didn't really make a lot of sense. It definitely felt like he was like that was his home, like that was his place to be. And it was interesting to see him, I guess, try to make an attempt to wanting to get the information out, like, oh, the Shibuya arc, what's gonna happen, and just basically spoil it to every other sorcerer so we know what happens, and then we could probably avoid whatever outcome that he's trying to make come to light, right? But honestly, he should have been like stacked a whole bunch of information or a whole bunch of like audio logs to be like leaked out to like multiple other sorcerers, or via email, or just something, just anything, you know what I mean? But they honestly had a really great, amazing fight. I did love how he just came out of nowhere with like a big ass, fat ass kaiju mecha Godzilla, fucking Evangelion-esque mech coming out of nowhere just to like fight Mahito. And again, I really love this fight for a multitude of reasons. The animation was gorgeous. It was amazing. I did love how Mahito like transformed like 18 different times, either between like a whole like little mouse or like a little bunny, a little gorilla, just to try to evade all the attacks, because now he doesn't know if any of these attacks at all can pretty much injure him or injure his whole soul or being as a whole. And my goodness gracious, they went fucking buck wild with the fucking references, right? Obviously with the first reference being with Evangelion, when he comes out with his big ass kaiju mech, he's like screaming in the sky. It reminded me of like Ava 1. I had saw that comparison before I had made this video. And then the second one, which I love the most because it's ties from my favorite anime ever, which is Gurren Lagann as well as Fullcool. They tie together. But the thing is, we saw like the Gurren Lagann-esque reference when he's like coming out the mech and just started like fucking getting destroyed by all these hands. and every single piece of Mechamaru's armor is like coming off, and then you like get the close up of his face. I was like, this is perfect. This is actually super fucking perfect. I also find it really interesting how they made it like a super big plot point of like, hey, once a veil is like up, you don't have any connection, or your connection starts to like flicker and stuff like that. That's why in Mechamaru's mech he couldn't really send anything out, or his mech was like flickering out and shit like that. As well as when in Shibuya, when the incident is starting to occur, no one can make any phone calls, or the case maybe. It seems like something that's pretty important that they want us to know. Also, I'm pretty much assuming that he couldn't actually like take over the mech. Mechamaru, he couldn't like take over the mech like while he's in a different location, where the case is with this big ass mech, because it probably is too big and takes up too much Chris energy, and he probably has to pilot it and whatnot, or the cases, because it would have been hella useful if he could just like pilot the mech and just skedaddle, just get the fuck up on out of there. But I don't even know if he's able to get out the veil. Could someone tell me down in the comments if he is actually able to get out the veil itself? But I salute Mechamaru. He was giving out his all. He was like doing like the death kicks, like are you dead kick, just boom, hitting him with it. He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot. I really did like that a lot. But the thing also is I know I saw he started talking about, oh, they're gonna see me again. Oh, they're gonna see me again. I can't wait. I was like, he's dead as fucking hell. I don't know if he comes back later in any of the episodes or the manga or the cases. But from what I saw just now, I was like, he's dead as fuck. I saw you talking about family, friends. I'm gonna see people again, all this other shit. Dead as hell. Dead. D-E-A-D, dead. And this episode really made me start to like him too. That's what also sort of sucked about it, especially when him obviously wanting to live it out and actually start to talk to people, hug the people. And you already know he had this really sad SpongeBob S level speech from like last season 1 and all this other stuff. So everything like made sense, and it was actually pretty done amazingly well. And I don't know what Ghetto has planned with his Aizen S level plan of whatever he wants Gojo to get inside of this barrier, or the cases what is gonna happen. But I feel like Gojo might get finessed or something. I don't know how he's gonna get finessed. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna be like 8 domain expansions and fucking he gets trapped in and he can't avoid attacks, so he's just automatically dead. I have no idea. Or he just gets trapped inside like a little box or something like that. But I'm excited, and I'm waiting to see what the Shibuya arc is all about. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about it again like in 2 weeks-ish, when another 2 episodes come out. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!